Do you see on Facebook or any of the social media platforms like the same ad over and over again? For some reason I keep seeing this wood and resin ring, and I forget what they call them, like secret wood or hidden wood. And it's basically a wooden ring with some resin on top, but it looks really cool. So I figured I'm gonna make one. I've got this chunk of burl wood, and I don't know what it is. It's a little tiny cutoff, but it looked perfect for this project because it's fairly thin, maybe a ½ an inch or more, and it's kind of small, it's stabilized, and most importantly, I think for this project, it has kind of a natural edge that will look good in the ring fashion, very small. Kind of looks like a little mountain or something, which is what I think they go for in those. So this is what I'm going to use for the ring. Now to put the resin with it, I made this little box, and I've showed how to make these before. I just cut little strips, the size I need for the height, and then I use 2P10 to glue it all together. And the reason I do the 2P10 is because I can put the glue on it, hold my walls up, and spray it, and 10 seconds it's dry. So 2P10 is one of my favorite things for this very reason. But I think I've got it all sealed. If I don't, it's gonna leak all over the pot. But inspecting it, it looks good. So I can place my block in here, and this thing is really heavy. I don't think it'll float in the resin. I'm hoping not. But I'm gonna put the block in there, and then I'm gonna cast with the epoxy resin again. I really like this stuff, and it's really been working well, so I'm gonna try it here. And I'm just gonna put a drop of Alumilite blue in it because I want it to be transparent. I don't want it to be solid blue. That will kind of defeat the purpose. So I'm gonna mix this up, put it in the pressure pot overnight, and then go from there. All right, so the block is out of the mold. It looks really cool. It blended in with the wood really nice. It was the perfect amount, and now I just got to demold it, which with this type of mold, you kind of have to break it. It's a single-use thing. And actually, this is wood, so I really don't even have to do this. I could just, when I cut it, just cut it out, which is probably what I'll do. So I think what I'm gonna do, I've got a ring here, and I'm kind of just judging. I'm trying to make these like a lady size, but I know nothing about ring sizes. So I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna kind of eyeball the piece here, and I think I can get 3 rings out of this from the looks of it. So I'm gonna kind of draw a line just to give me an idea, because if it doesn't work, I can always draw a new line. And then that'll give me 3. I could probably try to squeeze 4, but since I don't really know what I'm doing, I'm just gonna go with 3, and then that way I can be a little more, have a little more forgiveness if I do the wrong thing. But basically what I'm gonna do is cut these 3 sections. I'm gonna drill a hole for the finger, and then I'm gonna shape the ring. So it's a pretty simple process. The key will be keeping the clear and the wood really shaped so you can see it, and like tall, and make it really cool looking. Now my goal with this was to keep the facets, I don't know if that's the right word, facets, really square. So I use this to kind of rough them, and then I'm gonna polish them with my micro mesh or some kind of a polish and go from there. I might even round this over a little bit so it's not so square, but otherwise I think the look is kind of what I was going for. The cool thing is you can see the resin that went into the wood all the way down this part here, so I don't want to get rid of that. You can see the resin, it really got into all the crevices nicely right here. So once this is polished, this is going to look pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna call that good for the first run here. This little secret wood ring, fun project, and I think I'll probably make a couple more, like I said, using better wood and better in terms of more to look at. But pretty cool to go from this block with wood and resin into this little cool ring. I did notice I was trying to keep the angles really square, but it's tough to do. The sandpaper just rounds them over really fast, but it came out pretty cool. I don't know what will happen with this, probably nothing, but I think with a couple tries you could probably make some really cool ones, and I'm sure they make great gifts. They probably sell well. So kind of a fun project, but I used stabilized wood, which I really think helped make the color look cool, and the wood is so much tougher stabilized. And then I used liquid diamonds, epoxy resin for the blue, and I used Alumilite dye, just barely put any in it to get it that blue color. And it came out really good. So fun project. Please give me a thumbs up, like the channel if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you next time.